Well, welcome back to the Chasing the Monster podcast. I'm your host, Griffin Aldrich.
Your host, Luis Gomez.
And how are we feeling? So, the Boston's, I was about to say Celtics. I gotta catch myself. Do two podcasts here. Great way to start off. Go check out Celtics Nation Rise. As you can see, I put it right there, both of the names of the podcast. Lewis, how are we feeling about spring training? What are your thoughts? What's going on?
Well, I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm feeling really excited about this team. I'm seeing Bregman, seeing Rafaela new batting stands. I'm really excited. I'm super hyped up. It hasn't been like this in so long, and it feels so nice to be like in this situation because it's been a lot of years of suffering. You get me heading into spring training and you don't know what to expect. This year you kind of know what we want and what we're looking for. The other a couple years ago it was just going to spring training and yeah, we don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna say this. I said it last podcast. This spring training feels like going into 2018 spring training. Like you're happy, you're excited, you want to watch baseball again with the basketball references. I gotta stop. But you want to watch it. You like are excited to kind of watch the games, and you kind of get that spring fever that you're seeing them play on that nice green grass in Fort Myers, and you kind of want to get out and play baseball yourself, you know. But I'm gonna start off with this. I'm gonna say I saw one thing on Section 10. Jared Carabas, they were interviewing Garrett Crochet, and he said that he wants to make it happen. He wants a contract extension. I feel like that's one move that we need to do before the season starts. Like that's one thing that they need to get done in Fort Myers. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Even though he hasn't pitched for us yet, but that's the problem. If he gets to pitch for us and his price is gonna go up. We
Mhm.
gotta like take him. We gotta like try to make it happen now before it gets more before his price tag gets more higher or expensive. It's like he even knows it. We know it. You know what I mean? He wants to stay. That's a good sign. He's not like being greedy of like, oh, I'm trying. I want to try out free agency. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna. I don't. I'm not gonna sign any extension. I like that. He wants to be here, and you could tell that he loves it over here.
And I must say one thing. There's no way they would have traded all of those prospects just for a 1 year rental. Um, with Bregman, you see that there's prospects coming up, so you only signed him to a 3 year deal instead of a 7, 10 year deal. You signed him to that short, sweet deal. I feel with one thing we've seen with the Boston Red Sox is they're very stingy with their prospects. They've been very stingy to spend, and they keep their prospects because they always test. All right, let's test out the future. Let's see what we could do in the future. But with the Boston Red Sox, what they did is they gave up a significant amount of their prospects, and I don't see them kind of being like, all right, we gave them up for a 1 year rental. That's just not going to happen. Got my phone right there. Um, but I see the Red Sox making this a system changing, like Garrett Crochet is one type of guy that can really change your system. He could bring you wins, and that's what the Boston Red Sox are anticipating to do this year.
Yeah, he's an ace. You said it. He brings you wins. He's nasty. He throws 99, 100. He has it. He's really good, man. And no, they will. They will extend him. They will. You said it right there. Like, there's no way they gave all those prospects and then just for 1 year deal. No, basically. No, they're going to sign him, but they're like, I think they're talking about it, right?
Yeah, I think they're keeping contact with it. And I will say this, I will say from what I've seen from his spring training, I've seen a lot of good things. I mean, he has a lot of strikeout power. He's added some new pitches. But off of him, because we can't just talk about one player. What have you seen from the Boston Red Sox that you have liked this year, whether it be prospects or what have you? Obviously, people are worried about the record. I've talked to people and I've heard them say, all right, they're losing, but it's spring training. Like you're gonna lose, you know? But
I mean,
my question is, who's impressed you the most? Like who do you see has made some big things and what do you like from it?
okay, I got. And so the about the record, who cares? It's spring training. You don't see. Well, we have like prospects pitching. You know what I mean? They're like trying like to learn and stuff. At the end of the day, it's not like we're putting the our opening day roster to play. You get me? It's like no, it's a process, and I also like that the prospects are also getting some action because that's how they learn and that's how they get better at it. That you don't become a good baseball player just by practicing. You have to play with the older guys. You get me? So yeah, um, people and players that I've been really excited about. I have a lot.
All right, but wait,
Crochet.
wait, all right, but I'm saying top performances, and I'm not saying like players that have been there because you could obviously always be excited for Devers. You're always excited
Yeah.
to go see Jarren Duran. I'm talking, we'll give a tier list. We'll give five players, all right, that have impressed you this spring, all right, and you can put Garrett Crochet on there. So I want your five. I want your five, and tell me why.
Okay, I'm not gonna put Crochet there because he's always been nasty, and I
Okay.
always knew he was good. We always knew he was good. It's not like it's like, ooh, he's good. We always knew that he was good. We always knew that. So, number five will be Rafaela.
I
I
agree.
mean, yeah, yeah,
I'm
number
gonna put
five.
Rafaela at five too. We'll go player by player. So we'll go yeah. I'll put Rafaela there too. Do you want to explain why? Because I'm sure you have the same answer as I do.
His new batting stance, you could tell that he changed it up this offseason. And I've been focusing he has like he had a problem in the regular season last year that he couldn't stop swinging a high fastballs. He just loved like swinging high fastballs. They have tried to do, the pitchers have tried to attack him that same way. He looks more calm and he's putting the ball more in play, less strikeouts, and he's hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just something where you've even seen people say that he's not even gonna crack the Red Sox starting lineup this year. But like, and they're like, oh, put Christian Campbell in there. Like, all right, I get it. He's young, he's talented, gifted player. I haven't seen much from him this spring training, and he's not even on my top five list, you know?
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
been
like,
struggling.
yeah, that's a player that popped off. He's starting to do good. He's definitely a rising player for sure. But he's one person where you're ready for the MLB, and I think gotta give him a little more time. You know, you've had Meyer in the farm system for forever. You know, so like with Campbell, you could really give him some time to develop more. You know, who
Yeah,
who
that's true.
who do you want to go with number four though?
Luis Guerrero.
Wow. All right. Explain why.
He's been nasty, super nasty. He's been really good, really good. And I've been thinking about like maybe this guy could be a closer because he was the closer for the Wu Sox. He was a closer, and maybe he's a young guy, and maybe he that's him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aroldis Chapman as our closer, but I like your thoughts. For me, I would put in the fourth spot, I would put Garrett Crochet. Um, just because you already said it, you kind of expect that from Crochet because we know what he does. But it's just the fact that he's playing on a historic franchise now. Like it's not the White Sox anymore, where it's tough, you know, and it's the fact that I'm seeing how fast he's pitching. He has new pitches, and I've liked what I've seen from him this spring training. I really have. I feel like it's impressed me, and it's one where I'm excited to go into the season and watch him pitch. And it's one where I want to go to a game just to watch him pitch. Like I don't want to go to a game on any random day. I want to go to a Garrett Crochet start day, you know? Like I want to go see him play in person. Like that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, he looks really good. I like that cutter that he has, bro. Such a big difference when you have a cutter at 93 and then you have a fastball. You could throw a fastball 99 to 100. Wow, that's incredible. That's really, and the sinker also, like, whoa.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see him.
he's been nasty this year and I'm excited to see it. Like I feel like you said it's one player you know his stuff, but he's in completely different shoes now. And this spring it's impressed me with what I've seen. All right, top three. Who's your third player that has impressed you this year?
My God, Richard Fitz.
Really? Why?
I always, I remember I went to that game when he pitched. I was there for his debut in New York, and I remember like looking at the Raider at how hard can he throw. But he apparently a couple of days ago he touched 99 miles per hour,
That's incredible.
and
Yeah,
I'm like, this guy was just throwing 93 last year, 95 mid, 95 mid, and I'm like, wow, where you got that from? And with the experience that he got, I know it was such a short experience, but he knows he got some experiences had now. He knows how to pitch in the big leagues, and hopefully he keeps building up with this because I really like what I'm seeing from him.
all right. This is a sleeper one. You ready for this?
Yeah.
My number three, who has impressed me, is Trace Thompson. Clay Thompson's brother. You might hate him. I do hate Clay Thompson on a basketball standpoint, but his brother. I've always been a big fan of his brother. Maybe it's the last name because I'm like, I'm familiar with Clay Thompson, so Trace Thompson, you know. But he's been
Mhm.
smacking the ball. I haven't seen complete stats. I'll go look, but I think he has 2 home runs this spring, and he's just been a player. Obviously, today he was 0 for 2, but like his stats have really impressed me this spring. Um, he's been a player that a lot of people are like, I don't know if he'll even make the roster, but he's been a player that's been hitting the ball. I mean, his first game with Boston this spring, he was 1 for 2, 2 RBIs and a home run. His second game, 0 for 2. And then his third game, he was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a home run. Um, then his next game, 1 for 4, and then his last 2 games have been 0 for 2. It's one question where do you think he's going to make the opening day roster, or do you think he will be with the Red Sox come opening day, just with their system? What are your thoughts on that?
I I heard I know Abreu is not going to be ready for opening day.
So,
He got sick, and I don't know what type of sickness he had, but apparently he lost all his strength, and he's trying to build up now.
oh wow, so Trace Thompson could be like kind of a temporary use then.
Yes,
So you don't think he'll so you think he'll be more so a short-term option for the Red Sox. You think like kind of I'm trying to put it in perspective like a Dom Smith, you think kind of just like a rental?
I think so, but I know if he keeps swinging how he has been recently, he could maybe take someone's spot
Oh yeah,
because he's doing really good. He is. I like how he's like hitting the ball, how he's like filling up the count 3-2. He's doing a really good job recently.
yeah, he's been a player that I definitely have enjoyed watching and it's one I hope makes the roster. I just had to put him there. All right. Lewis, number 2 for you.
David Hammond. David Hamilton.
Wow.
And
David Hamilton.
he's batting 235, but I like the way he's hitting the ball. Sometimes you hit like line drive outs that that's how you hit he hits the ball really hard, and that's what you want to do. Have solid contact always. Hit the ball hard. He's been doing that. He's not been he hasn't been getting in his way. He hasn't. But he looks in tremendous shape. He flies. That's really important. And apparently he could play also outfield. Apparently that's a new thing from him. And he's a shortstop. He could play second also. So by the way that he's been playing, I'm not gonna lie with you. I think, or hitting the ball, I think he has a chance.
Yeah, he's definitely a solid player. For me, in the two spot, I'm gonna go with Marcelo Meyer. I think he's been incredible, and he's kind of like a Trevor Story player where he's battled with some injuries and he's struggled in the minor leagues. But he's given me flashes of spring training, either Michael Chavis or Bobby Dolbeck vibes, you know. But like, I'm hoping that he could execute this at the big leagues level because you look at it, Story, I don't think has much time remaining with Boston, and who's going to fill those shoes? Marcelo Meyer. So I've been impressed with how he's been hitting the ball. I think I've seen a lot of things where people are like overglazing him. That's why I'm putting him at number two. But I've seen some great things, and I've liked how he's been hitting the ball.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Who's your number one?
He's been in the team since 2022, but I'm not gonna lie with you. I have never seen him this good before. He looks like he's ready to go. Even like last year spring training, he was all right, but this year he looks even bigger, even stronger, and he's hitting the ball and he looks more ready. He's not taking like strike one. He's swinging right away. If it's good,
Don't
he's
don't
swinging.
don't tell me it's the same person. Is it Trevor Story?
Yes.
You're gonna call me out because that's literally my number one too. Um, you said it right there, but I'm gonna add on to that. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say he's out for revenge. I mean, Boston, realistically, Boston counts him out now. I mean, he hasn't played a lot of games. He's so eager to come back on this field and just be the best player out there. He's eager to give kind of show what that contract was actually worth.
Have you
He's
seen
out
him?
there for revenge. Oh yeah. He's been smacking the ball. That's why I was like I'm gonna put Story at number. I was like, Story at number one. What's do you have any more reasons or is that kind of why?
And he just looks different. He looks way better from a couple of years ago. Even when he joined the team in spring training, I have never seen him like this before. I remember in 2022 in the regular season when he came back after an injury, he came really hot. He came back really hot, even though when he before he got injured, he was struggling. But then when he came back to the season, he was really good. He was hitting the ball really good. But then he got injured again, and that effed him up. You get me? But
Mm.
what I'm seeing from him recently is that type of player, like the good Trevor Story, the all-star Trevor Story. It's like you could tell he's mentally ready. He like
Yeah.
a couple like last year, he will take a strike one. He's not doing that right now. Right now he's like if you're putting it near the strike zone, I'm smacking it. Hitting to the left, right field, left field. I love that. That's the Trevor Story that we need. And
I,
his
I'm
defense is incredible.
I'm gonna say this too. I'm happy that you said him because I was gonna be like, oh, people are gonna think I'm biased because that's my favorite player. But no, I think a thing I've seen from Story too is just he's so eager to come back. I'm gonna reference to Section 10 again. They kind of mentioned on how they talked to him and he was like, I want to come back. I'm dying to play baseball. And I'm gonna kind of reference that because like he is eager this year. Like you said it last year. Last year He was taking strikes. He was like when I saw him in Portland when he came to play for the Sea Dogs, he smacked the ball. He was hitting home runs. I think I was he I'm not sure. But it's a story where you haven't seen this type of story since Colorado. And I think the only thing is we're gonna knock on wood right here, but the goal is a healthy season from Story. Obviously I'm gonna put in account for how much he puts in, how his stats look, da da da. But a big thing I'm gonna say is I want a healthy Story season. That's just me.
I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it out there. I know he's been hurt for the couple of years. I know he has, but don't forget he's young. He's not like an old man.
No.
And before he before he started getting hurt like this, you have seen his numbers in
Oh yeah.
Colorado.
He
Like,
was insane in Colorado. But my question is this. My question is this. What wait sorry, keep going because I lost my thought. I lost my thought with story.
no, like I hate that people counts him out. Especially, it's not like Red Sox fans. It's like, sorry,
Yeah, you're good.
it's like It's like Yankee fans all around the league, all around the league, and they're like counting him out, and I'm like, bro, this guy is young. This guy just need to have a healthy season.
Yeah, I'm
He just
gonna
needs that. He just needs that, and that's it. He will be fine. But I hate that people are counting him out. That kind of sucks.
now one thing we do have to talk about. Yeah, I agree though, really quick. I think with story I've seen such great just a different story. And we talked about this on a podcast. You could kind of give him almost a captain role. But I want to ask one more thing before we wrap this up, and we will start weekly podcasts when the season comes, but now it's kind of like in the air. What's your opinion on the Devers beef? You posted a viral clip, went viral. What's your opinion on with Devers?
Hopefully. At first, I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm a Devers fan. I'm crazy for Devers. I have a fan page and all his jerseys. But at first, I was like with him. I was like, hell no. Bregman could go to second. Then it took me a couple days to like re- actually figure it out. Be like, okay, hey, if the team, if we need to put you at the DH spot to help the team win more games, you're gonna have to go there.
Yeah, but then do you think he's kind of being selfish in a stance then? Because Story is statistically a better third baseman. I mean, Devers has had the most errors for forever, but with Bregman, he's a good third baseman. He's a Gold Glove third baseman, and for um, with Devers saying that he's not gonna go there, is that kind of selfish then? Do you think?
Look, I speak Spanish and I understood. And he's Dominican. I didn't take it like that, like how the guy translated it to English. It sounds more selfish in English.
Yeah.
In Spanish, it sounds more like it's my position. Why would I change? Like, you get me? It doesn't sound like but for some reason, that's like a language thing. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you could understand me.
No, yeah, I think it's kind of one where you take it out of context, but I say this, I say whatever helps the team win, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. But
He is really young, though. I get his point of view. He is really young, and he's only 28 years old. You get me? And if he does, I know he could have like those MVP seasons if he stays healthy.
Mhm.
But I could also see why he doesn't want to be a DH.
Yeah,
He's really young and stuff like that. You get me? And
when you're
being a
DH, but you got sorry for interrupting, but you gotta realize that's also honor too, because DH could mean your career's wrapping up, or it could mean kind of your kind of more so a David Ortiz. And I think Boston would love that for Devers to be like kind of in a David Ortiz role. That's big.
No, yeah, it is big, but it's just he's a little, he's built different, I guess, he always wanted to play defense. Big Papi
Hmm.
didn't care. Big Papi just wanted to hit. You get me? It's just two different point of views here. I will tell you this, his defense has been getting better each year. I will give him that, but I don't know, man. It's hopefully we figure it out. Him, hopefully this doesn't affect him. You get me? Like he doesn't see the organization different or gets mad at someone if he doesn't get it his way.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely gonna be one to watch, but I'm not worried about it. I'm ready for a regular season. But we're running out of time, so any breaking news we'll keep you guys updated. But we'll give you kind of we'll give you two podcasts before the season starts. We're gonna give you a predictions one where we're gonna list all our predictions on here, and then we'll also give you like a opening pre-opening day one, and then we'll give you one when the season starts. Lewis, any final thoughts?
Yes, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What you think is gonna happen?
I think ultimately, when regular season starts, you're gonna see Devers at third base and Bregman at second, but you might see that switch. It depends. I think you might even see them rotate, but I think Devers is unhappy, and they're not gonna want unhappy Devers.
Yeah, that's true, man. I'm not gonna lie with you. You don't want to upset the best player in the team.
You don't. You don't. You don't.
Yeah,
You gotta accommodate him, and yeah, Bregman's willing to play second, so it's not one where he doesn't want to play second. He's fine with it.
yeah. And I think it's the best move. Christian Campbell. I don't think he's ready.
No, no,
I don't
not
think
yet.
he's ready. And we will have Val Grissom and David Hamilton.
Yeah.
And let's see how it rolls. You get me?
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a fun one, but thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Peace.
Peace, y'all.